Honestly, folks, this video is kind of sad. It just kind of shows how social media has just completely degraded the younger generations here. Now, I'm 20 years old. I probably sound like a boomer. But our generations have been absolutely plagued by social media. We are pretty much, in reality, the first generation that has actually grown up with social media being a pretty big part of our lives, you know? I mean, I was born right at the turn of the century, and just a few years later, basically, you have all these social medias popping up, you know, MySpace, Facebook, Friendster, and those kind of set the foundation for everything. But obviously, you know, now it's TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. There's just so many of them. And honestly, it's gotten to the point where people live vicariously through social media to just ridiculous extents. And it's kind of sad to watch, because the more that these people live through social media, the more that these people live through these online personas and whatnot, you know, the more detached, I should say, they become from reality and society, and they just become shells of who they once were because they just care about the internet stuff too much. Now, of course, you know, you're probably like, oh, Optimus, but bro, how are you going to say anything, right? You have this YouTube channel and whatnot, it's your livelihood and everything. This is what you do. Well, the thing is like, once I turn off the computer and the phone and whatnot, and I'm like out doing things, this doesn't exist anymore, you know? I understand that this is all internet stuff. This is just as physical as servers in some building in California will let it be. And at the end of the day, this could all disappear tomorrow, and I still have a life to live outside of it. That's just how it is. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people my age and, well, I guess even younger at this point now, haven't really learned that lesson. And one of them being a TikTok star that we're going to be taking a look at here, named Zoe Laverne. Now, I don't have TikTok anymore. It is literally just Chinese spyware that is just tracking all of the information possible on you and possibly giving that to the Chinese government. So, you know, I'm kind of off TikTok at this point. I don't really need it. But even then, I don't know who this person is. Like, I think I know two TikTok stars. One of them being, I think, the person that she's crying about here, Charlie D'Amelio, something like that. I don't know. I mean, so Zoe here is a 19-year-old, get that, 19-year-old TikTok star who is having a complete piss fit because this Charlie is about to pass her in followers on TikTok. Yeah, I can't really make that one up, so before we get into the video, I want to remind you guys to subscribe if you do enjoy the video, and to leave a like if you do as well. Maybe share it with a friend. And I guess we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Just take a look at this, man.
I'm literally crying about this for like an hour because it's just so like pathetic that like she just comes in and like almost passes, like she's so close to passing me, and everybody's reminding me that she's gonna pass me.
Alright, once again, we're talking about a 19-year-old. This is a fully grown adult having this kind of fit, I guess, over a follower count on a social media platform. I want to remind, I believe she lives in the United States. I want to remind everyone here watching what she is allowed to legally do. She is legally capable of voting for president and for elected officials. She is legally capable of driving a vehicle. She is legally capable of living on her own and taking out loans in her own name and paying her own bills, signing into contracts on her own. She is legally capable of owning a firearm, and this is what we're talking about. Okay? I think that man. Now listen, on social media, people passing you in followers, it's part of the game, right? It happens. Alright? I get it, man. Right now I'm passing probably a lot of channels because the channel's been blowing up recently. There's probably channels passing me too. They're blowing up even faster. You're never gonna see me sitting here crying about, oh my god, they're passing me in followers. What am I gonna do? Oh my god. None of that really matters, okay? It's just a number on a screen. It's literally fucking pixels and data on a server somewhere that we're having an emotional breakdown over, okay? And I love how this 19-year-old grown adult, okay, is making the claim that it's ridiculous that this is even happening, as if she's not having a complete mental breakdown because she's being passed in followers on TikTok. She has apparently been crying about this for like an hour, okay? I want everyone, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, like I gotta know this. Is there any circumstance on planet Earth that would make you cry for an hour with it having to do with social media? Would you start fucking crying for an hour straight on video because somebody passed you in followers on a social media platform? Go ahead and let me know down below. I'm dying to hear, okay, folks? So, you might be like, oh, but Optimus, remember, this is probably their livelihoods. They probably do sponsored TikToks or whatever, they're influencers and whatnot. They probably, this is probably their job. Well, the thing is if you get surpassed in followers, it doesn't mean that you can't do your job. It doesn't mean that you can't be a TikTok influencer. It just means that instead of being, the fourth best one, maybe now you're fifth or sixth or seventh. Not really that big of a deal. I mean, I think people really overlook how much money these TikTok celebrities are even making in the first place, right? I mean, they go on there and make these little fucking goofy edited videos and whatnot that are like 20 seconds long and make tens of thousands of dollars. I think I saw somewhere one time that one of these TikTok people, they filmed like literally a 10-second long clip of them dancing with like a product in the background and having a sponsored advert and like the little caption, and made $50,000 for one of these 10 seconds. $50,000. And even if that's not really accurate, I mean, what, 5 seconds to the average person, what do you think monetarily that time is worth to them? If you work like a $15 an hour job, what is 5 seconds? Maybe a couple cents? That's what you're making? These TikTok stars are making thousands of dollars per second that they post things on there. And she's crying because a number is bigger than the one on her profile.
And I just want to prove this bitch that I am better than her because I am Zoe fucking Laverne and I am literally the star of TikTok.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Zoe. I don't think you're the star of TikTok anymore. I mean, you gotta think of, let's break this one down logically together, Zoe. You're mad because you're getting surpassed in followers, but you're the star of TikTok? I don't think that's really how it works, sorry to tell you. I mean, PewDiePie, he's the star of YouTube in that term, The only other channel really beyond him is like a company from India, T-Series. So, I mean, if Optimus tomorrow had like 180 million subs, which, I mean, we could do if you were hitting sub down below, but then I would hypothetically be the new star of YouTube, right? That's kind of how it works, at least by your logic here, Oh, I'm the star of TikTok because I had all these followers. But now that somebody has slightly more followers than me, my life is over with. It's ruined, right? And the sentence I really want to point here is, I'm better than this person because I have more followers. That is fucking psychopathic to even think or say. Like, the ego is ridiculous. And I'm gonna get into that part here in a second, but I am better than this person. I want to prove it because I have more followers. That's what we're saying and doing here now?
TikTok is putting me down and boosting her up, and I'm about to go to TikTok headquarters and strangle their necks.
Okay, I guess maybe, TikTok is apparently holding her down now and boosting up Charlie here, and that's what's causing the discrepancy in the TikTok followers here. It's not the fact that maybe Charlie is putting out content that more people like. Maybe that has something to do with it. Oh no, that can't be it, because remember, Zoe is the star of TikTok. Now, once again, I deleted TikTok off my phone. I'm going to reinstall some Chinese spyware onto my phone to give you guys their TikTok follower size discrepancy here. What's the numbers looking like? Who has more followers and what's going on with that? I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the info right now, the hot scoop. Okay, so Charlie D'Amelio here has 67.8 million followers, okay? She essentially has like the world's 5th largest country fucking following her on TikTok. 67.8 million. Here I think approaching 800K is really impressive here on YouTube, man. Zoe Laverne here has 16.4 million followers. So this had to have happened, I would assume, a little while ago. Imagine that, she's fucking crying because she has 16.4 million followers. Who knew what she had at the time? She might have had like 5-10 million, and Charlie, passes her up. Do you know how much money she could be making with a following like this? I think people don't understand. I mean, I do this for a living. Let me go ahead and just go ahead and break this to you here. They're getting millions of views per TikTok. Advertisers, they will spend a stupid amount of money for that. You're pulling 3 million views on a 40-second video on a trendy app that people want to use. They could legitimately be making tens of millions of dollars a year simply just from having this following because, they make TikToks or whatever. And that's what she's crying over. Now I'm going to go ahead and share a great little tidbit here from Zoe's TikTok bio. Spread love, not hate. But here she is, threatening TikTok's headquarters calling her a bitch and saying she's better than her. I feel like that's a little ironic, I guess. So social media has absolutely ruined our generation. I mean, yeah, it's a great tool if you use it the correct way and you realize that it's just the internet and that it should not be held to this super high standard that so many people really do hold it to. But when you let the numbers and stuff like that get to your head to this point, man, you're out of it. You're not the same person. Dude, I'm so scared of this happening to me. I'm so serious when I say this. Because, I mean, like, I get it, right? You got all these great numbers and all these people follow you and they tell you all these great things. But at the end of the day, these are people you've never met before. You're probably never going to meet them. As far as you understand it, they're just people operating pixels on a screen. And you let it get to your head to this point, as a grown adult, to where you have mental breakdowns over it, that's not healthy. It is not healthy to behave this way. It's not healthy to think this way. It's not healthy to let anything in your life control you this much. Everything is okay most of the time in moderation, right? Social media, it can be good in moderation, but if you're making TikToks for 9 hours a day and then when someone passes you in followers, it causes you to just have a complete shit fit as a grown adult, that's maybe when you want to start cutting back on your usage of the app and trying to, relax a little bit, because that's just, it's insane. I don't even know if it's childish, you know what I'm saying? Because when I was like 8 years old, dude, I didn't even have social media until I was a little bit older than that. I was about in middle school when I really started getting this stuff. But if I was like, 7 or 8 years old, little kid having fun in elementary school playing dodgeball at recess or gym class, right? I wouldn't be sitting here thinking like, oh man, somebody's about to have more Facebook friends than me, because that was like the hot shit back when I was 8 years old. Facebook was really popping off. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, they have more Facebook friends than me? My value as a human being is now lessened because of this number on a screen. Guys, it's social media, Use it to enjoy it, use it to do what it's intended, but don't let it get to you this much. This is insanity. Honestly, there's not really much more to say about this whole situation, so with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubToOptimus, and make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members, your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, not letting numbers affect me this badly, and signing out.